times that we stand in are rich with opportunity. The times that we stand in provide us with enormous opportunity. Some of us still think that in the upper room there is an antidote. We still think that it is a nice place to visit, where everybody says the right thing and nobody ruffles our feathers. We want the upper room to be a place for our peace, where our husband isn't angry, where our neighbors aren't loud, where the government is the one we want. We want the upper room to resemble a department store of carefully picked items that we find comfortable. This is not the false idea of the upper room. Rising to the upper room is a shifting of consciousness to a level of velocity of truth. And in truth, a lie will not be held. At this level of truth, we cannot condemn. We cannot condemn our neighbor. We cannot shun the one beside us. We cannot wave a banner inviting others to do what we want. Let the ears hear that will hear. For some, these words will fall on deaf ears because it is not what we want to hear. We want to be told that we are perfect. We want to be told that we are not responsible for our mistakes. We want to be told that it is okay for us to be the one who points our fingers at others. None of us are without blame. None of us are without error. The time has come for us to hold ourselves accountable, to hold ourselves accountable for wrong-mindedness, for the wrong-mindedness that calls violence forward. We are accountable. The violence that we have called forward can no longer be supported under any religion or under any country's name. the violence that we have held against ourselves and each other, against our neighbors, outpictured, against the next country, or the one who's not born as we are, or who is different than we are, has a different color of skin, prays to a different God. There is one God. We may call it God as we wish. We may call it Allah. We may call it Jesus. It doesn't matter what we call it. There is one God, one sustained vibrational energy. Many of us have managed, in most ways, to put God in a little box that gives us anything that we think that we should have. We are the chosen people. We are the only ones who will ascend to heaven. We are the righteous ones, and not the infidel. We understand these ideas that we practice. And indeed, we practice them. Even those of us who say, I am spiritual, I am not religious. We think we are better than the one who has a God that we disapprove of. It's time to grow up, everyone. It's time to grow up. And what that means is that we take accountability for how we summon fear, for how we utilize fear, how we hurl it at the one beside us, blaming our fellows. We are accountable to that blame. Unless we are working for good and in truth, which means a good that is not biased by our determined outcome. We will find ourselves in folly unless we say, I am willing to change. I am willing to look at how I participate in this common landscape. We can say no more. We can say no more. To say no more simply means that we release the agreement to the violence and every possible excuse that we could summon for its presence and being. We are accountable. We are all accountable for our creation, free will. We have great choice. We have great choice to say no more, to stop contributing to the vibrational agreement, to the violence we see through ignoring. To say no more is to stop contributing to the vibrational agreement, to the violence we see. Not through ignoring it, but through the new equation of alignment that is present and available. I am in peace. I am in peace. I operate in peace. I act in peace. I call peace forward. I call peace is not an idea once it is enacted. When we say no more, we are refusing to participate in an argument, in a debate about who was right or should have been right, or what was right 100 years ago or 10,000. No one has ever been right who threw the rock at the one they called the enemy. No one has been in truth when they have lied about their secret desire to see another harmed, has been right in the futile efforts to pray to a God to get only what they want and forget about the ones beside them. My country, my legacy. Our idea of country is so transitional that we cannot imagine what this really means. 300 years ago, this country was not. And 200 years forward, we may be surprised if it is even called by its current name. The landscape that we operate in is being altered at such a radical pace that we will not be able to keep up with the shifting that is occurring. We are our brother's keeper. We are our brother's keeper. Let us choose well. Let us choose love. Let us love one another. Let us choose caring and peace. When we need food, and most of us do not, let us pray that our neighbor has a more generous heart than we have often seemed to have. We are our brother's keeper. No one is higher than the next. Let us care for one another in spite of the histories that we hold, in spite of our fears, in spite of the choices that we have made. Let us love one another. Let us care for one another. We are our brother's keeper. Let us say no to what we have chosen in fear and choose something higher. I am in the upper room. We are in the upper room. This is a claim of acclamation of the God within us, the God expressed as all manifestation, inclusive of everything we see. We are in the upper room. We are here. Behold, I make all things new. It is still and no. Let us stop telling ourselves what we know, what we should know, what should be, and how it should be enacted. Let us stop stumbling over our own shoelaces, trying to find the way out the door. Let us lift to the higher octave of expression above the fray. Let us know the truth. Let us realize the truth in who and what we are, in who and what we see before us, in spite of appearances. Let us align to the divine that is present, but that has been refuted and ignored. In this new state of alignment, in the upper room, there is no war. Let us sing our songs together so that we may learn the words. Let us be willing, and in our willingness, align to the truth, even when it is not convenient or pretty, or what we would wish to see, or what we would wish to see happen. In truth, a lie will not be held. In truth, a lie will not be held. Let us see all things in truth. I know who we are in truth. I know what we are in truth. I know how we serve in truth. We are free. We are free. We are free.